Moving on now. Nigeria is broadening its foreign policy lens, not by breaking from the West, but by widening the field. And this week, that shift points east, to Ankara. President Tinubu has departed Abuja for a 2-day visit to Turkey. Security, trade and strategic cooperation are at the top of the agenda. Nigerian officials also say multiple agreements are expected to be signed between the two presidents.
The agenda will include meetings between high-ranking officials of both nations and the signing of memoranda of understanding in scientific research, energy, technical cooperation, media and communications, military cooperation and protocol, among others. A business forum will bring together investors from both countries to explore areas of interest during the visit.
And this visit reciprocates Turkish President Erdogan's trip to Nigeria in 2021. But analysts say the context today is very different, because this time security is at the centre. Nigeria remains under a nationwide security emergency declared in November 2025. Terror groups like Boko Haram and ISWAP continue attacks in the northeast. Banditry and mass kidnappings plague the northwest, and transnational crime stretches across Nigeria's borders. Analysts say this pressure is shaping foreign policy choices. And that is where Turkey enters the frame. The shift is already visible on the ground. Along the Abuja-Kaduna line, highway officials say the route was once notorious for kidnappings and ambushes. But today, Turkish-made drones and armoured vehicle patrols this route, making it much safer. Officials say the deployments reflect a growing security partnership, focused on surveillance and rapid response. And the most recent Ankara visit is expected to deepen defence cooperation even further. However, here's the strategic tension. Turkey is NATO, but analysts say it does not behave like a typical Western ally. Ankara sells drones to Ukraine and keeps channels open with Moscow. It hosts NATO assets while cutting energy deals with Russia. Experts say that ambiguity is the attraction. For Nigeria, it means flexibility without formal alignment. This shift comes as Washington is also deepening its engagement with Abuja. US Africa Command says it is accelerating arms sales and intelligence cooperation against Islamic State-linked groups. The engagement follows reported US strikes in northwest Nigeria and new joint security talks in Abuja.
It was things that had already been agreed upon, but again, we're trying to accelerate the foreign military sales process so they can purchase more. We've agreed in principle to various equipment sales that are probably sensitive to the Nigerians, and I would.
Tinubu's visit to Turkey also comes as Nigeria looks to rebalance its economic partnerships. Nigeria is Turkey's largest trading partner in sub-Saharan Africa. Bilateral trade exceeds $1 billion annually. More than 50 Turkish companies operate in Nigeria. However, what gives this visit weight is timing. As across Africa, countries are recalibrating and alliances are shifting. In fact, reports say more than 25 African countries now operate with Turkish drones, making Ankara one of the continent's leading defence suppliers. Experts say Nigeria's move fits a broader shift away from traditional Western partners. President Tinubu is expected to return on January 28th, but the signal from Ankara will travel far beyond Turkey. Nigeria is not abandoning old alliances, it is just simply keeping more than one door open.